and then beginning of August. I could be wrong.
June, we have two of them, the 6th and the 27th.
Yeah, there's none in July.
Okay, all set?
Progress.
Okay, good evening, everybody. We'll call the meeting together for the Protection Policy Committee for Monday, May 8th, 2023. It's now 6 o'clock. Roll call, Alder Grant,
Present.
Alder Morgan,
Present?
Alder Scannell,
Present.
and I'm Alder Stevens here as well. All right, I'll take a motion to approve of the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay. Ayes have it. All right, approval of the minutes for April 24th, 2023.
I move to approve those minutes.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. On to regular business. Before we start, everything that's discussed tonight is a recommendation to Common Council, which will be on May 16th at 6 p.m. First item, consideration with possible action on our various liquor and beer license renewal applications with no changes for the 2023-2024 license year, subject to the approval of the proper authority. Attorney,
No objections?
please.
Please concur.
Thank you. Take a motion.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Number 2, consideration with possible action on immediate change of agent for Woods Operations LLC at 530 Erie Street to Brittany
Opt.
Opt. Thank you. Attorney?
Thank you, Alder Stevens. So staff provided a response and recommending denial of the change of agent. State law requires us to do two things for a corporation seeking or identifying an agent, which is that the appointed agent, we must consider the character, record, and reputation, and then we're also prohibited from issuing a license or related permit, alcohol beverages subject to various state law chapters, but it must be issued, may not be issued under this chapter to any person who has habitually been a habitual law offender or been convicted of a felony. The felony doesn't apply in this situation. But upon review of the criminal record for this person, meets the threshold of a habitual law offender, and that this individual between 2021 dating back to 2010 has had 10 criminal convictions, including 2 OWIs as recent as 2020, and I can defer to Lieutenant Mahoney for any further comments.
Thank you.
The please pretty much concur with the law department due to the recent, I guess, convictions that we concur with the denial of the license.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, actually, I do have a question. In the past, it was for an individual to get a license. This is for an agent. What exactly does an agent do? I never really...
Sure, so when we license an LLC or a corporation, which isn't a specific individual,
Right.
they have to designate an agent, so that's step one. And then the agent, as described in our state law, is the entity, the LLC, vests in the agent by being properly authorized and executed written delegation. That's part of the application process. Full authority and control of the premises described in the license or permit of the entity, and to the conduct of all business on the premises relative to alcohol beverages that the licensee or permittee could have exercised if that was an actual person, which an LLC is not.
Right.
So they're vesting in the agent the same rights that they would have if the LLC was a person.
But the agent really doesn't do anything. I mean, they're not
Yeah,
like...
the agent is responsible for all the activities related to the alcohol license at the facility, so ensuring
Kind
compliance.
of like a manager, not really of the facility, but sort of...
Yeah, I'm not sure what the specific position would be, but as it relates to our licensing at the city, the agent is responsible for ensuring compliance with the alcohol license issued by the city.
So their job is to make sure that the business is meeting the city's requirements and standards.
Right, licensing requirements related to selling alcohol beverages.
Okay?
Is there, if we have anybody here to speak on
Yeah,
it?
two questions. Will the law still be the same as an individual?
Apparently.
It's also my understanding, whoever's listed on the liquor license as the agent, like when we do compliance checks, we don't need to make sure they have a bartending license or a server license, because by being on the actual liquor license, that allows them to serve. So like whoever the agent is, if they don't have their bartending license, as long as they're in the building because they're on the license, then other people in the building are allowed to serve
serve.
alcohol, are allowed to serve alcohol.
I guess I have a question then too, Attorney. So on an operator's license, we have the right to overrule the state law. Is it the same as an agent?
Yeah, so we're implementing state law here under our own license authority. So we have the authority to issue licenses, and this is a state law requirement in our issuing of licenses. Obviously, what is satisfactory to the issuing authority is up to discretion.
Okay.
The felony is the hard and fast. And I believe the person is here if you all wanted to open the floor.
I'll make a motion to open the floor.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay? Ayes
I'd
have
like
it.
to speak first, if that's okay.
If you can come up here
Whatever.
and state your name and address for the record, please.
John David Demise, D-E-M-E-U-S-E, 1300 Alpine Drive, Unit 304, Green Bay.
Thank you.
So I was an engineer for the City of Green Bay for 12 years here, and then I took over the Woods as the managing partner 20 years ago. In those 20 years, I can guarantee you we've run one of the best businesses that the city has seen, between the golf course and the banquet hall and the pub and grill. You guys can look that up. We've had next to no police calls in 20 years that I've been out there. The last 7 of those years, Brittany's been intrinsically involved. We've run an REO Speedwagon concert, a Beach Boys concert, a Cheap Trick concert. We had no issues. Okay, she does her job wonderfully. Yeah, if you go and look up CCAP, it's not a promise or a pretty story just looking at CCAP, but CCAP doesn't always tell the whole story. So she's 33 years old now. Most of that stuff was when she was 20. She's now the mother of 2 kids. She works hard. Recently, she was in a really, really bad relationship with a narcissist who emotionally, physically, and mentally abused her. Her DUI that she just got, they got in an argument. She was fearful. She got in her vehicle. She took off. She realized she'd been drinking too much. She pulled into a driveway, turned the car off. The owner of the home called in a suspicious vehicle sitting in the driveway. That's how she got her DUI. So CCAP doesn't tell all the stories. She's got a disorderly conduct on there. She was out with her friends for her birthday. They weren't even seeing each other. He showed up at the bar, stole her purse with her wallet, with her credit cards, with her money, and said, "You're coming with me." She went with him. They got to their house. They got in an altercation. He called the cops on her because she was drunk. They took her away. He had drug paraphernalia there. They pinned that on her as well. Those are the 3 glaring ones that you'll see within the last 10 years. She's a good girl. She's trying to get her life on track. Doesn't matter to me. Like I can easily go, I'm the agent. I'm there all the time. But I'm trying to stand up for this one because she's had a hard go of it lately. So that's my 2 cents. If she wants to come up, you guys want to ask questions, that'd be great. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. How long has she been employed with you?
7 years.
7 years.
And what all have her duties been?
She's been my assistant bar manager for the longest time, so she's already been doing what she's doing. My agent left to another job, so I have to name another agent. That's the way it works. I could name myself. I'm trying to lift this girl up. She's now my acting bar manager, so she's, and again, we don't have any issues up there. She's already doing the job. It's just gonna be whether or not she's titled as the agent or I'm titled as the agent. So, thank
And
you.
she, I suppose I can ask her, but.
Yeah, thank you guys for your time.
She doesn't have a personal license then?
She's got a bartender's license.
She's got a bartender, so
Yes.
she went through that process and she got it, okay.
Yes, okay? Thank
Yep.
you.
My name is Brittany.
If you could state your address.
Brittany Howe, my address too.
Yep.
645 Green Bay Road, apartment 12, Denmark, Wisconsin, 54208. So like my boss had said, I've been there for 7 years. I do a great job at work. My personal life wasn't the greatest the last few years. Sorry, I don't want to get emotional, but it was a very, very bad relationship that I was in. And like you said, the 3 charges that you're going to see recently are things that stemmed from that. I'm no longer with him. I'm trying to get myself together. It's been a struggle for me. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I wasn't the greatest child back in the day. But I've grown up a lot in the last 12 years. The last 6 of those years were just really bad choices on my end of who I was going to spend the rest of my life with. You know, we were engaged, we had wedding plans. It really emotionally hurt me. So with the DUI situation, exactly what he said, I wasn't driving recklessly, nobody called in. I was just parked I knew I shouldn't have been driving, but I needed to get out of the home that I was in with him. So I did drive down the road, parked into a parking lot, and that is how I got my DUI. The second charge with the disorderly was the same thing. I was out with my friends on my birthday. It was my birthday, I was drinking, and he showed up, and that's pretty much how that happened. I didn't intend for any of it to happen. It just spilled out, and it was like one thing after another with the gentleman that I was with. And I do a very good job at my job. I do not bring any trouble. I'm not a troubled person. I've just been through a lot. That's really all I have to say.
And the paraphernalia was not your paraphernalia, it was his?
No.
Okay.
No, it was in his house, but somebody had to take the ticket for it, and that's who they gave it to because I was already going to jail for the disorderly.
It was his house, were you cohabiting with him at the time?
No, not at the time, no. We
You
had,
just stopped that night?
it was my birthday, and he had taken my stuff and told me that I was going with him. I kind of I felt very intimidated, so I got in the car with him. Like I said, we were engaged. He was my boyfriend for how long? Thought maybe things would have been okay at home or at his house. They were not. It just escalated.
How long were you engaged with him?
I was engaged with him for 3 years. We were together for 6.
I got no more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Make a motion to close the
Floor?
floor.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Discussion.
Yep, good. Just one more question for staff. These 3, of the latest 3, are any of them a felony?
No. I think if I didn't say that clearly before, these are not felony convictions,
Right.
so we're under the category of discretion.
I just wanted to double check to make sure. I know you didn't.
I don't think so. I could confirm with Lieutenant Mahoney, but I don't believe so.
I didn't think they were, but I just went, yep, okay. Okay, well,
We were told that she has a operator's license, a bartender's license. Do you have
Yes,
information on that?
Operator's license was issued in 2019.
Correct.
Before these last 3 charges?
Yes.
So then that just revolves? It doesn't come up to a vote
There's a
yearly?
renewal
Renewal.
period for that.
And I apologize, I don't know when the 2 years.
I think it's every 2 years. Every 2 years.
So it should be up for renewal again.
And there was, so if it's 2 years, then it's been renewed once since these convictions?
Yes.
There's no, I'm
Yeah, that's
just,
possible. I think it's sometimes in the renewals, which that's handled by PD, but I'm not sure that in a renewal situation, we go back and reevaluate the record of each individual for each renewal if they haven't received a citation during the time period. I mean, a citation related to their operator license. It's,
I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at. There was nothing to keep her from renewing it at that time then.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look record and look further renewal on that one, but I suspect just as we are with our licensing, unless something is flagged on their specific license, we don't go back and do the case search again.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Comments?
yeah, I'm glad the boss came in and spoke. I mean, I think, I always kind of thought as the agent is sort of just kind of a technical kind of thing. I didn't know that they really had any real responsibilities as an agent. I guess they sort of do. But if the boss, I don't know, it's easy to pick another agent if there's an issue. If he's not concerned about his business being represented with Brittany, and he certainly isn't, None of these are felonies. That would be very problematic for me if there was a felony, because the law specifically, state law specifically mentions felonies as one category. The other is what our attorney mentioned. So I feel she has an operator's license. She's been on the job. She's been doing the job, doing a good job from boss's perspective. So if he could certainly say, because of this, you know, maybe it's better, I'll pick somebody else who could certainly easily do that. He wants to go forward with it. I see no reason to not follow his wishes, his plan, if he's okay with it, I think I'm okay with it.
I feel like I'm also okay with it because you work with her closer than we do. So.
It's been a long time, and the Woods has a very good reputation, so we would trust his judgment.
Yeah, the earlier stuff I'm not even, I mean, it's got to be brought up because of the, but for me, that's, it's the recent ones that are the biggest concern, and you've covered that, so. I'll make them, oh, did you have something else?
I was just gonna ask Lieutenant Mahoney, do you have anything at all to add from these 3 convictions? You don't have the arrest reports or anything, do you?
No, I do not. And like I said, knowing the Woods, as the gentleman said, we don't have issues out there. It's just based on the convictions. That's why we pretty much automatically deny. So it's nothing against Ms. Hop or the Woods. It's based on that. That's why we concur with law. Mm-hmm. But no, we don't get called out there. Even with the big concerts going on, I can't think of a time, even with weddings or that we've been called out there.
Is it because you're a city cop and that's out in the woods?
Still in city limits.
Well, I have a comment. So.
Yep.
I think we should approve this because it sounds like this is a stepping stone for her, for something higher. As it would, so.
I'll make that motion to approve.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay? All right, the ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, you're welcome. The final decision will be on May 16th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Have a good evening. You ready? All right, on to number 3, consideration of possible action on the 2023-2024 Class B beer and Class B liquor renewal application for the Woods Operation LLC at 530 Erie Street, pending the change of agent at the May 16th Common Council meeting with the approval of the proper authorities. Staff,
No objections based on your recommendation to grant the change of agent.
please.
Please concur.
Move to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All right, ayes have it. Ready? Okay, number 4, consideration of possible action on the immediate change of agent for Angeline Inc. at 117 North Adams Street to Eddie Boyce.
No objections.
Please,
Please concur.
all in favor? Oh,
Motion to approve.
All in favor? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Right, the ayes have it. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do a little housekeeping change here. So, how are we gonna do this?
You can make the motion. If you want, you can make it yourself.
Oh, I can make it. Yeah, I'll make a motion to suspend the rules for items number 5 through 11 and 13 through 16, to take it up as one roll call vote.
Motion to, I'll second it, that's what I'm doing.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All right, the ayes have it. Take a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All right, the ayes have it. On to number 12. Consideration with possible action on the 2023-2024 Class B beer and Class B liquor renewal application for R&D Restaurant Holdings LLC at 115 North Adams Street with the license premise description as dining room, bar, kitchen, and patio sidewalk, subject to approval of the proper authorities. Currently licensed at a 2,500 square foot, 1,200 square foot bar, dining room, 1,000 square foot of storage, and kitchen, and 300 square foot garage.
Staff would request you all would amend this to remove the patio/sidewalk portion, because this applicant didn't obtain the necessary approvals for that, but would otherwise recommend approval if it was amended to remove the patio and sidewalk.
Please concur with Paul.
So I'll take a motion.
I'll motion to amend.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All right, ayes have it.
Motion to approve as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. On to number 17, consideration on a possible, you ready? Sorry.
Yes.
Consideration on the possible action on a request by Brewski's on Broadway at 1100 Street, Broadway. Is that right?
Oh, I apologize.
Broadway Street.
Typo.
Yeah.
Thank you. To approve an
South
outdoor
Broadway.
patio on June the 13th, September 8th, and September 9th, 2023 for their parking lot, subject to approval of the 2023-2024 renewal application at this May 16th council meeting. Attorney?
Defer to PD.
I've reviewed their plan. They've had events there before. It's consistent with what they've done in the past. They do have adequate security and barriers to make sure alcohol is not leaving from the designated outdoor area that they set up. So the police have no objection to this.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Number 18, consideration of the possible action on a request by the Green Bay Sports Service, Inc. at 1265 Lombardi Avenue to approve an outdoor area on June 3rd, 2023 from noon to 1 p.m. to the northeast corner of the parking lot in Lambeau Field.
That's 11 p.m., isn't it?
11 p.m., please. Sorry,
In this northwest corner.
northwest?
Yep.
Yeah, I got the work done today. so.
We were just having that conversation.
Huh?
I said southeast before, so defer to PD.
Please.
Once again, Sports Service, they've had many events out there. They always have adequate security. All their bartenders or servers are trained and licensed and know what to look for underage drinkers. With it being a bigger concert, I do believe that we're also going to have extra officers out there that a different lieutenant handles that, so we don't have any issue or objection to this.
Perfect, thank you.
Very sporting of you. Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Do you want to speak or not?
Less is more.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Thank you. Number 19, consideration of the possible action on General Ordinance 13-23 related to mobile food establishment licenses. Attorney.
So this change is just for the licensing period, so it changes the deadline to December 31st, 2023. This is the process by which we're changing to a calendar year. That's the only change at this moment for this ordinance.
Motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
Alder Morgan. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Informational, liquor violation report, please.
We have nothing to report during this time frame.
All right, thank you. Clerk office licensing report?
There have been no changes since last time, and the city of Green Bay has no available liquor licenses at this time.
Okay, thank you. Motion.
Do we need any? Are we getting applicants or anything, or?
We haven't one for them, however, we are at our quota of 172, and so people who want to apply are more than welcome to apply for a reserve liquor license at the fee of $10,000.
Okay. Can we get, I remember at one time there was something, I think we gave some licenses to a Schwaben one time or something?
Those were the reserve liquor licenses.
Reserve, okay.
Yeah.
And does anybody have reserve liquor license we can use, or?
We still have reserve, so if
Oh, so
someone
that's
does want
the-
to
They just
apply,
have
Okay.
yeah, they can apply for those.
Okay. I no longer have any reservations.
Take a motion to receive and place and file both items.
Motion to receive and place on file.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
Motion to adjourn it.
Second.
Okay.
Alder Grant?
I thought you said second.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's asking for a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now adjourned.
You said it like you were seconding it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm all like,